Hey folks, welcome to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. It's April 14th and it is very near prime swarm season here in central Oklahoma. So I've got, I think, 4 empty spots here in my bee yard that I need to start a new hive. I had 2 dead outs and one of them was a combine from last fall, which is a tiny swarm number 3, and it's actually the queen that's in hive number 9 right there. So the miracle hive. So what we're going to do today is check these hives with supers on them and look for swarm cells. So with what we do is, if we see swarm cells and they have not swarmed yet, we will find that queen and move that queen into a single deep into a new hive by herself. And that's called an artificial swarm, when you move the queen out of her hive when there's swarm cells in there, because she's preparing to swarm. You move her off, you reduce her population, you change things up. She feels like she's swarmed and she doesn't need to swarm anymore, and that takes care of that. You save your bees and save the queen and all that. So that's what we're going to do. It may be a little early, I don't know, but these strong hives that have a honey super on them are the prime suspects for swarming and swarm cells, and I'm going to check as many of these as I can get done today, and if I find swarm cells, I'll do that artificial swarm split and I'll make a video of that. So we got quite a few to do. I think there's 7 or 8 out here, so let's get started. I think I'll look in this honey super just to see how they're doing. This is the Wildflower Meadows queen. It's about 3/4 full, from what I can tell. It's got some weight to it, but it's not completely full. When I first looked down in here, that there was they had built burr comb across 2 or 3 of these frames. So we got some drone comb up here on the bottom of this honey super. I'm going to scrape it off. Okay, here's how I check for swarm cells. And I see swarm cells, lots of them. So now we have to determine what's in these swarm cells. Okay, let me see if I can show you what we're talking about here, if this camera will focus. Right in there. If I can get it. Inside that cell. is a queen larva. There's also one right here. So those are swarm cells. You can see them forming up here, right there. So I'm a little early to move these because I wish they were capped. So I'm kind of a conundrum of what to do here. If I can find that queen, I can move her and leave these here, and those will form queens. So I'm going to see if I can find the queen in here, and if I find her, I'll move her. Okay, I've got the top deep over there. I want to check down in here real quick for the queen. When there's this many bees in the hive, it's hard to find a queen. We're going to do our best. Okay, in case we find the queen on a frame, we've got this nuke here ready. We got queen cells in the bottom. And they are capped. Right there, some nice ones. So if we can find that queen, that'd be great. I'll put a mark on here so I know that's got a lot of queen cells on it. They have not swarmed yet. There's so many bees in here, there's no way they've swarmed yet. And there's so many drones on here. It's hard for the queen to just jump out at you. There's one queen cell on this frame right here. Uncapped. And I could see a larva in it. Here's another one on here almost to be capped. Really need to find that queen. Man, there are so many bees on this frame here. This is impossible. And this is she's been laying on it recent too, so I want to look at it real good. Don't see her. Mark these two frames. Oh man, that's stuck in there good. It's a pollen frame. I doubt she'll be here. I really didn't want to go through that top box. That last frame is a huge chunk of honey. She might be over there, but I'm not going to go over there. So we got us 3 frames in here with queen cells, and 2 of them were capped, had capped cells on them. So that's a good thing. I can use those. I can move them. Okay, because that top box is over there, the queen might be over there. I don't want to set it on this bottom box, so I'm going to check it over there. That's a complete honey hive, and the other side of it's full of nectar. So this is hatching brood, and they're backfilling it. Man, there's just such a mass of bees. My goodness. So this is the one that had all the uncapped. So I'll put a little U on here for uncapped. Okay, I went through both boxes. I found frames with fresh eggs on them where she'd been laying, but I could not find her. There are so many bees in here, it's unbelievable. So I'm not gonna be able to use the nuke like I planned to put the queen in there, do the artificial swarm. I don't want to have to go through this all again and do this again in a week. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna split this hive 50-50. I'm going to move this top box to this spot right here where this nuke's sitting. I got a bottom board and top and everything ready. All I got to do is just set this on there. So I got a few swarm cells in here, and I got quite a few over in that one. So whichever one the queen's not in, they'll make a queen with those cells. And there's fresh eggs in both of them too. If none of those work out, they'll be able to make an emergency queen. So that's the plan now. I hate to do that because, man, this is a really good hive and they're making a ton of honey for my standards anyway. That super was going to be full probably pretty quick. So I'm going to leave that super on the single box right there, so those field bees will still stay over there and make that honey, and the nurse bees from here will be making a new hive. So I'll check these again next week and see what they look like, see what's going on with the queen. You know, we got to watch for queen now. So so let's get them put back together, and that'll be that. Okay, this is the hive number 8, original hive, and there are queen cells here, here, and here. I marked them. Smoke these down so I can get that frame back in there. I never had a lot of luck looking for a queen when you got that many bees. Good thing about it's a nice cool day. Want to get these down off of here so I don't smash them with that queen excluder. Man, they're coming back out already. Okay, there's that one. So one thing I do when I lose a hive, I leave the lid and everything right there, so when I need to put something there, it's ready to go. So there's my inner cover. For some reason I got a spacer there. Don't need that. In fact, I can use that on hive number 9 when they're ready. So the population of this hive has been significantly reduced. All these bees are over here on the ground. One of them was crawling up my leg, stinging me. So hopefully we got that queen in here. Because the best swarm cells that were capped were over here on the bottom side. So that means that the queen's over here, and those swarm cells that weren't capped were exposed too long to, it's a little cool today, it's probably 65, but if they got chilled for too long and don't live, the queen can take care of that over here. So hopefully she's over here. But we'll check it next week. So I laid a frame over here to get these bees that are laying on the ground that fell off. And they just went to it like a magnet. Watch that queen bee here. I don't see her. I'll just shake these in the top. There's a few more down here. It's funny how they'll go to that comb like that, just like it's a vacuum cleaner. Anyway, so I only got to the first hive. I didn't even look at this one. It takes a long time to do this. If you don't find the queen and you're having a hard time, that's what happens. So anyway, that's it for this video. I'm not going to video any more of these, but you get the gist of it. It's a long process. If you can find the queen, you can separate her and put her in a nuke. And I didn't find her, so I just split the hives. I really didn't want to do that, but I didn't have much choice. I could have come back next week, but I'd be risking that they would have swarmed. So need to walk through here every evening and start looking for swarms when I get home from work, and maybe capture a swarm out of here. Anyway, give me a thumbs up if you would. Hope this video wasn't too long, but that's the way it goes sometimes. We'll catch y'all later. Take care.